Hello, everybody. Good evening and welcome to Piraeus, Greece. It's the FIBA Women's EuroBasket 2025 Game Day 1. And we're going to watch the battle between Greece and Switzerland. Already, we've watched a thriller, 171-69 by France over Turkey. Turkey led for 31 minutes in that game, but France came good at the end, so they are up at the top of the standings. But right now, you look at the FIBA rankings, and Greece at number 21, and Switzerland down a little bit further afield. But sometimes rankings can be misleading, and teams always dangerous. The Swiss playing in this competition, looking to make their mark. And what an exciting time. First time in the modern era. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Shona Thorburn, and really, Switzerland have nothing to lose here, do they?
No, I mean, it's been a while. I'm not sure anyone on the staff was even born the last time that this Swiss team played at a women's EuroBasket. So they've obviously already made history. Are they here just to have fun? I'm not quite sure. Obviously they're going up against a Greek team playing at home. We've got a great crowd here tonight. They have nothing to lose, so just go out and give it your all and see what happens. I mean, let's not forget, they had 2 wins over Montenegro in the qualifiers to book their ticket to EuroBasket. So they've been around, they have a very experienced coach. Have fun and see what happens. This is why you play sport. Anything can happen.
Head coach for Switzerland.
Well, it's great to see Switzerland crashing the EuroBasket party, playing here for really the first time in the modern era. 69 years, in fact. I mean, that's a long time. It's been a long way. That's a lot older than me. Come on. And we know that they're going to be watching back in Switzerland, but again, whenever you take on the home team, there's also that extra little buzz to the game. And Greece, well, they've given us some thrills over the years. They've had a couple of tough last couple of EuroBaskets, but that said, never judge a current team by the way the recent teams have played, and I think Turkey just showed us that by almost upsetting really one of the favorites, if not the favorites, France. But France only won that game 71-69.
Yeah, I mean, this is what it's about, right? We thought France was going to win, I would say, kind of handedly when you and I were working and talking yesterday. So, Greece, hey, is this your opportunity, or is Turkey just that much better than they were in the last EuroBasket? This Greece team, they made it to the quarterfinals of last EuroBasket, losing to Czechia 79-76. I mean, you're playing at home. Your federation has invested. It's because they believe in you, believe in yourself.
And now the national anthems for Switzerland and Greece.
First, the national anthem of Switzerland. Ethnikos Hymnos Helvetias. Please remain silent for the national anthem of Greece. Και ο εθνικός ύμνος της Ελλάδας.
Well, huge moment for both of these teams. Anytime you get to host a FIBA Women's EuroBasket, it is a massive opportunity in your career, really. It's one of those bucket list items that you want. You want to be the host of an event. And for Switzerland, again, you know, they don't want to just be showing up to make the numbers. They want to make the most of this incredible opportunity before them. Peter Prasch, Julio Naya, part of the refereeing crew, as well as Paulina Gajdos. So from Panama, Poland, and Hungary there, you can see Prasch from Hungary, Julio Naya, and Paulina there on the left. What must be going on in the minds of these players? You know, a lot of them have played in big games before, but there's just something special about playing for your national team on this stage. They're starting five: Indira Bilolu, Lynn Schwartz, great talent, Evita Herman Jard, Nancy Fora, and Everline da Silva, Margot Constantin, Rana Salevich, Patch, Favre rather, Fanger, and Jaco. So this is a good Switzerland team, and we talk about Lynn Schwartz and what she played at Castres Brains in Belgium, and look at what she did in the qualifiers.
You know, she's one of their go-to players. She was in all of their qualifier games for them. She's someone they're going to rely on, and she's also kind of the future of this Swiss basketball team.
You've coached against Francois Gomez.
You know, you can't really ask for a more experienced coach. He's coached at the national team level. He was with Sweden before he took over the Swiss job. Obviously, he has an enormous amount of experience coaching in France professionally. And, you know, he does know how to develop young talent, and you've seen that while he was a coach at INSEP in France. So he knows what to do with this young team.
Representing Switzerland, Indira Bilolu dos Santos, Lynn Schwartz,
And for Greece, in this theater of drama for Greek basketball over the years, Penelope Pavlopoulou, Artemis Spanu, Eliana Kristinaki, Robin Parks, and Mariella Fasula, the starting five. And Kremili, Elena Bozgana had that great season at Stanford. Is then coming off the bench, Nicola Polu, Patsy Leonti, Haris Tanodu, and Karlofti, and Coach Petros Prekas. There we go. And I think it's, you know, very excited to be at the helm of this team at a home tournament. And Fasula is clearly one of the better players in Europe.
I mean, that's what she did at the last EuroBasket, a double-double, 18 points, 10 rebounds in 4 points. I mean, that's what she did at the last EuroBasket, a double-double, 18 points, 10 rebounds in 4 points. She was a big reason that, I mean, they were automatically going to qualify, but her qualifier stats were also very impressive. Don't forget, this woman played this year in Perfumes Avenida Salamanca. She had a great season coming off of an ACL injury that happened after last year, the last EuroBasket, actually, early in preparations with her Spanish club team. And, you know, you always worry, especially about interior post players coming back off of big injuries. She has had an excellent season. She's going to be big for them like she was big for them back in 2023, and she's still young, which is the most exciting thing.
One of the Greeks that played college basketball, played at Boston College, and of course the daughter of the legendary Panayotis Fasoulas, who played in that 1987 EuroBasket team that won the title here in this very arena. So amazing turn of events that now his daughter is here, and coming right out and scoring for Greece, number 21, Kristinaki. That was an interesting jump ball. Kind of looked like it caught him off guard. So Greece strike quick. Switzerland on the back foot a little bit here at the start. Nancy Flora drives in, bang, nope. Thought it was going to drop, it didn't. Spano quickly up the floor to Parks. And Parks takes the bump. And she's going to the free throw line.
And, you know, going back, you and I, Jeff, we were there in 2023, so we saw this Greece team play at the last EuroBasket. They relied so heavily on Fasula and Spanu, and, you know, I guess they figured out and said, we need to go ahead and naturalize a player, and they went with Robin Parks, who really, 32 years old, the older she's got, the better that she has got, especially, you know, playing over in Europe. Obviously, she comes from the U.S., played at VCU, I think it was,
the
right?
Rams, yep, in Virginia, Virginia Commonwealth.
So, you know, she's really, I think the European style of play has really helped her basketball-wise, and now she has an opportunity to do something special with this Greece team, and I think it's what they need. They need someone else to help those two top scorers.
She's played in Greece, so she definitely has a connection here. Spanu, the ball goes off her hands. Quick pass down low. And painful miss for Schwartz. Going to get on the board quickly. Here's Fasula. Fasula rather blocked. Good defense. Schwartz. And this time gets it to go. Good finish.
Yeah, great job for one of the veterans, one of the more experienced players on this Switzerland team.
Fasula posting up well down low and scoring. Jump shot goes up, it's no good from Hermanjard. And then the pass goes off the hands of Spanu as Greece trying to get up the floor quickly.
Substitution for Switzerland.
This is a non-negotiable game for Greece. There he is, there's Fasoulis. Watching his daughter, and I mean, he's watched her play a lot of basketball, but this one has to be a special one, this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely.
In this Greek theater of basketball. It's an amazing facility. It's the Hall of Legends. Here is a drive and putting it up missing for not on target. Entry pass down low to Fasula, and the whistle blows and the foul has been called. Fasula's really looked after her body as well.
Yeah.
She's really, you know, you can see
she's in shape. She looks fit. She looks like she's ready for this championship.
Look all over Athens, and for the EuroBasket posters, it's her likeness that you see for Greece in the group photo for the EuroBasket women. And nice jump shot made by Pavlopoulou. Lolo drives in, Dos Santos missing. Now Spanu quickly up the floor. And Spanu fouled as she gets into the lane. And, you know, and that's a good sign for Greece as well to see. You want to see as many different players, of course.
Yeah,
you know,
scoring already, yeah.
Here's Fasula missing. You know, they've lost Anna Nikki Stamalampro to the torn ACL. They lost in the last qualifying, so she's not going to come back until probably the end of the year. That's an important guard for Greece, but another miss for Switzerland. And speaking of in shape, Spanu looks in great shape as well. Here's a three-point shot, and that is good, and that's going to get people off their feet. Kristinaki. And the lead is 11-2. Good turn inside from Indira Bilolo.
Yeah, I think Switzerland, they've had some good takes. They've missed, but they're not backing down. They're playing with energy. They're playing with speed. Nice movement offensively. Yeah, I know they've only scored 4 points, but they've had good looks. You know, they're making Greece have to try and defend them.
Well, Fasula is just a very difficult player for them to contend with. He gets fouled there. So Fasula goes to the free throw line. Makes the first. Lana Vanger in the game. Schwartz, Vilolo, Dos Santos. Those free throws good. I think this group kind of flew under the radar a little bit. Here is the three-point shot. That is a good-looking one from Schwartz. She took that with confidence, and that was a good-looking shot.
It was a great shot from who, no matter what, is probably going to be one of their leading scorers tonight.
Fasula turns, tries to get to Spanu. Great play by Spanu, hustling to the corner but couldn't control it. Help your teammate. This is Schwartz, look at this.
Yeah, zero hesitation. She knew she was open.
Nice rotation on the ball, nice follow through. Hermanjard gets it to Schwartz, passes it back out. Ooh, tough shot and makes it with Robin Parks right in her grill. Hermanjard.
Hermanjard, you expect her to have a big game. You know, we talked about Schwartz before the game, but Hermanjard, one of their captains, I think she is the captain of this team, probably had some of the bigger numbers during the qualifiers.
Great play by Schwartz, hustling into the backcourt, but she couldn't come up with it, but the shot clock is winding down. And Pavlopoulou, it doesn't get the shooter's roll. And now Spanu called for a foul in the backcourt.
You know, I like this. I said it's easy to play when you don't have a lot of pressure. But, you know, Jeff, I had the opportunity to talk to one of the journalists who was out here from Switzerland about this team. Not everyone, but some of them are considered semi-pro and have jobs. And they had to take vacation time just to be at this women's EuroBasket.
You gotta love that.
Talk about the commitment to try and play for your national team.
That is beautiful. Kind of brings that. I mean, yeah, they are, you know, they're professional level, but amazing, just amazing opportunity for them. Long jump shot, and it drops. Hermanjard again. I mean, in the old days, that's how it used to be. The pros did have jobs, extra jobs. Ball goes out of bounds.
It's a second foul going against Wegner. Obviously, she has a little bit more experience as far as going to university in the U.S., you know, maybe developing over there. I'm sure we'll see her come back and play at some point in Europe.
Well, Vanger's needs to be on the court a lot tonight. First one is good. Remember, France and Turkey are also in this group. So definitely some tough games for both of these teams coming up. Parks missing it. And it's only a 2-point lead. Gosh, if they knock down a three, Switzerland going to take the lead. Good look, pulling up and gets the shooter's roll. Nice job, boy. Hermanjard starting to bring the offense now for Switzerland. And they are definitely not here just making up the numbers. They're sending out a statement in this first quarter. Took some early shots, but they've come right back. Pavlopoulou to Spanu. Dribbles between the legs. Some razzle-dazzle, gets in, gets blocked by Switzerland. Excellent work from Jacko. And now Switzerland, oh, they turn it over. Pavlopoulos quickly the other way. Into Spanu, nice handoff to Fasula, and she is fouled. Oh, I thought I heard a whistle. That was a commitment to getting the ball inside, and they were rewarded. Terrific pass by Spanu.
Great job, big-to-big passing. Spanu, such a heads-up player. She plays the 4 position, but really she can kind of do it all.
That was a nice move inside by Jacko. She just didn't finish, and now quickly to Fasula, and Greece in a rush, perhaps too much of a rush, turned it over for the second time, trying to get up the floor quickly. Look at this pass. I mean, Switzerland had that guarded about as well as you could have it guarded.
Absolutely.
And somehow they still scored. Fasula. Ehrman jarred another, and Switzerland have taken the lead. Pavlopoulos, Fasula from 3, deep, misses, and Switzerland now with the momentum, bring it up the floor. Ranisavljevic gets into the paint, puts it up. Oh, and the collision with finger inside with Fasula, and the ball goes out of bounds. Or was that finger? Excuse me, that was Schwartz. You know they've got to be feeling good right now over in that Swiss bench. They have come back. Kind of sends a chill down the spine, doesn't it?
It really does. It's exciting. I mean, you and I experienced it in the first game before this one, France, Turkey, and I don't know. We saw the other game, Slovenia, Lithuania. Could this be the tournament of upsets almost?
This is starting to look like the group of death here in Piraeus. Down low it goes Fasula. A little wraparound pass. And Bosgata, who's checked into the game, to start Stanford, fouled. No, they're going to say she turned it over in 3 seconds.
I thought it was a foul from behind.
So already Switzerland showing they deserve to be here. Lea Jacko into the pass, and a bank, and the shot is good. And it's Switzerland with their biggest lead of the game now. Nearly 9 minutes in. Pavlopoulos takes it deep, back outside. Good hands by Schwartz. And it's those little things. There's Fasula, she catches it. She drives, she passes it back to Bosgata, and the lefty misses. The Greece get the rebound. Bosgata again takes the bump and earns a trip to the line. Well, Schwartz gets the foul. There's definitely some banging of bodies right there, yep.
I think it was a good call by the referee. I think it was good defense at the same time. It kind of could have gone both ways, but as long as the fouls are being called,
you can understand why it was called.
Yeah, I can understand why it was called. If it had not been called, I could have also understood that, to be honest.
Bosgata makes the first. I think she's going to have a big tournament for Greece to have some success.
Yeah, like I said, you can't rely just on Fasula and Spanu, who are both now on the bench, getting a little bit of recovery time. And I think that's what happened to them at the last EuroBasket.
Cora. And now the turnover. Here comes Greece. Open floor, Kristinaki. I think if she'd gone up, she might have gotten a bucket. They pass it. Nice work, nice teamwork.
Yeah.
Excellent work, finished.
Vermilli there with a nice penetration, heads up play, able to find her open teammate.
Hatsi Leonti getting her first bucket. Here from the baseline, missing everything. Greece go quick. Kremili has to throw it up the floor. And well, look at that. We are knotted at the end of the first quarter. Another great game here on day one, game day one at the FIBA Women's EuroBasket 2025, 19 apiece between Greece and Switzerland.
And there you have the statistics. Well, Switzerland not shooting the ball as well as Greece, but they're doing a good job of keeping them on their feet. And it was really, you know, the end of that first quarter that they started to hit a couple big three-point shots by multiple players.
Quand on attaque, si on a fixé la grande, on regarde derrière. Là, il y a des snipers. Il y a des snipers. 4, ça a marché. Pourquoi on lui
Yeah, you know, so this is game day one. Switzerland has nothing to lose. Do you think Greece might have a little bit of nerves as well? I mean, they're playing at home. This is a great crowd who are out to support them. Obviously, they have a little bit of pressure. You always have pressure when you're playing at home. And people expect you to do something.
Whereas Switzerland had nothing to lose coming into this game, Greece had everything to lose if they don't win this game.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to lose to Switzerland having to get a couple of wins against Turkey and France.
Absolutely not. Yeah, especially after watching Turkey give France a run for their money up until the last couple minutes of that game. I like the way that Switzerland's playing. They're taking care of the ball. They're moving the ball. They're playing with pace and speed. Even if they're missing easy baskets, they were playing with pace and speed, and that puts pressure on the defense, and it also tires out the Greek players.
Well, scan in the barcode to get courtside 1891 in your smartphone for video stream schedule scores. It's what you need to follow international basketball. Well, the reality is, you qualify for the EuroBasket, you deserve to be here.
Yep.
And I know that Switzerland have heard the whispers that they're going to get blown out in their games, and what we've seen so far suggests otherwise.
Well, you know, I know Francois Gomez well enough to say that he's going to put them in a situation to be able to win.
Parks with the jump shot. If they could get her going, she's got 4 points, and it's Greece back on top. Ranasavjevic, Favre, Schwartz, Dzeko, and Fora on the court for Switzerland. Nice read by Kremili. She's going to take it all the way. Excellent work, and Gomez doesn't mess around. He calls timeout. Now he's going to chew out his team for the turnover. And the telegraph pass. Those are the ones that hurt, because those are the ones that lead to easy points.
That lead to easy points, yeah. But nice defensive effort, energy coming out of that first quarter, or the start to second quarter, with the bench players really for Greece. As Francois Gomez says, you know what, I don't like the way I have seen in the first 30 seconds of this game, and uses one of his timeouts.
On va voir ce que ça se passe. Gilles, ça a marché aussi. D'accord On la ricane. Et si on est battu, tu bombes, tu bombes, tu bombes. Si on est battu, on n'hésite pas. Là, il fallait switcher avec Eléa. Ok, next one.
So you got to finish in the top 2 of the group. Remember, we've got games at 4 different venues, including here in Paris. You got to finish in the top 2 if you are going to advance. See how they are coming out of the timeout. Schwartz couldn't quite get hold of it. Toscana open, got it! The three-pointer, and Greece have gone from a very nervous moment in this game to leading by 7 in a minute. And that is a great response by number 13, Leah Favre.
Yeah, I like that ball movement, passing. Great flash to the high post there.
Vasiliki Luka also in the game now for Greece, number 13. Here she is, catches, turns, misses, but there for the follow on the other end. And the opportunity was there for an easy putback, but Hatze Leonte shot it a little too hard off the glass and over the rim. Oh, nice quick turn. Here she is again. Favre misses. Look at them scrap for the rebound, the Swiss. But the foul has been called. Now, as long as it's not Schwartz picking up fouls, I'm pretty sure that Coach Gomez isn't going to mind too much, but he can't afford
you want her on the floor,
for
right?
her to pick up fouls. So she's going to have to sit down.
I like the hustle, but, you know, and I think that's something that also comes with experience, right? Knowing that I need a hustle, but if I'm sure I can't come up with the ball, you can't risk a foul.
Now she has to be on the floor as much as possible. Now she has to sit down. Parks goes between the legs. Some hooping, some scooping, but she misses. And now quickly Switzerland. Oh, Primili with the foul to stop the fast break. And Forrest sells it well, goes down, looking for another sportsmanlike. Look at this again. Oh boy, that's an unsportsmanlike for me. If they challenge that.
For me, it wasn't a play on the ball.
Look at this. Gomez is asking. He could challenge if he wanted. There was no play on the ball there. Here's the drive, and Greece probably escaped. That challenge was not made. Boy, there's some tough play in this Swiss team. They're not backing down. Some feisty play. Three-point shot. It's a little bit long.
It's a good shot, though, and why not? She's already made 2 in this first half for Switzerland.
Oh, the ball goes off of Luke. It's going to lead to an opportunity for Fora to lay it up and in.
Number 25 for Switzerland, Nancy Fora.
Good contribution from Fora, and Switzerland reduce the deficit to just 3 points. Parks catches, turns, scores.
I told you there's a reason why they wanted to naturalize a player like Parks, and it's her moment right now with the 2 big scorers on the bench to take over, I think, offensively for Greece.
Rana Salvavic missing it from deep.
We talked about how Spanu really can play positions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you see her bringing the ball up the court.
Excellent pass from Fasula rather. Three-point shot, no good. Here's Parks going the other way. Great control, and she's fouled right as she scores.
And after a good first quarter by Switzerland, scoring has become a little bit complicated. 23 points, they've only scored 4 buckets in the last you know, 4 and a bit minutes. And this is where kind of, you know, if they can't slow down this run by Greece, it can get complicated if you dig yourself a big hole at halftime.
And Parks continues to pour in the points, even with Fasula and Spanu back on the court. Herman Yard, and they step out of bounds.
Εμείς ξέρουμε τι πρέπει να κάνουμε σε κάθε επίθεση και σε κάθε άμυνα. Είμαστε δίπλα στην εθνική μας ομάδα με τη φωνή μας.
10 points. And nice bucket down low from Fasula. And the ball goes out of bounds.
You know, good job, Crimley, though. The minutes that she's had coming off the bench, as she's going back to the bench now, she had a great little performance there for Greece, and more getting her teammates involved. It wasn't necessarily her. She wasn't putting points, you know, herself statistically, but she was really penetrating, finding shooters, finding scorers. She gets a well-deserved rest now.
Greece with their biggest lead of the game, 12 points. Pozgana reaches in, takes it away. Spanu passes back to Pozgana, who's wide open, doesn't hesitate, and knocks down the wide open three. Fasula reaching in, knocking it away, but Switzerland get it back with Hermanjard. Hermanjard. 3-point look. Oh, that was badly needed by Wenger.
Switzerland.
Spanu, her back to the basket. She's just so good with her passing. Pozgana again is number 3. I think we have a 3-point threat for Greece.
I mean, if you looked at her statistics recently, yeah, she's a 3-point shooter. What I love, though, is like you kind of go back to 2023. She was on that team.
Already, yeah.
She played limited minutes. She already has more points per game than she had in the entire tournament.
She actually played at the EuroBasket before that as well in Valencia, remember?
Yeah. You know, they've waited, she's improved, and she's showing that she deserves more playing time.
Substitution for Switzerland, number 18.
Well, she is primed to contribute for this team. She played for the Legends at Stanford.
Yeah.
You know, she only got better under Coach Vanderbilt.
Oh, absolutely.
And I mean, what an extraordinary opportunity that she's had and earned in her life to be able to have those 4 years at that great university.
Yeah. Going to play in Spain. I think the Spanish style of play will be really good for her development as well. Fast pace, catch and shoot. It's exactly what she likes. You know, early shots, if you're open, go ahead and shoot, which is what we've seen. And that's how they play in Spain. And it'll be really interesting to follow her career now that she's become a professional.
So Fasula called for the foul, crashing into Schwartz, who's come back into the game. Remember, she has 2 fouls, Schwartz. And Switzerland will keep possession down 15. And they take advantage with Hermanjard. It's a 2. She's got 12 points, 5 of 8 from the floor. She has carried them in this game. Ooh. Here's Parks. Fasula, first to the rebound. Turns and fouled right at the end of her move. There's Seneke. She couldn't play. You know, she got injured at the start I mean, that is a huge absence as well. She was the starting point guard for Greece. She'll be back, but just not for this EuroBasket.
Yeah, we've seen a couple injuries heading into this EuroBasket before it even began. Some players got injured at the last, last months of their professional season as well, who we would normally see suiting up for their national teams, you could say. So, I mean, unfortunately, it's sport. It's the way it goes.
But that opens the door now. You know, Nikolopoulos needs to play more minutes, and she has to play well for this team. She's got experience.
She's probably one of the most experienced guards that they actually have, but she's also had a bunch of injuries in the last few years as well. Missed out on the last 2023 EuroBasket.
Well, she comes in with Greece up 15 with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Nice move. Nice finish. Driving in, swooping Fora.
Again, it's the continuous movement by the Swiss team that, it's difficult to defend. You're not just defending one action or one on-ball screen.
Nikolopoulos to Spanu. Unbelievable pass in that situation. Bosgana, heat check. Nevertheless, they get it back, and Pavlopoulou misses. Switzerland, if they could just whittle away at this lead at the end of the first half, can take some confidence to the changing room.
Yeah, I think if you can go down, 10 or under into halftime, you're feeling good. Double digits and more, gets a little sort of nerve-wracking, I guess you could say.
Oh, great defense by Schwartz. Nikolopoulos making a pass that wasn't there. Here's Schwartz, comes down. Great effort on the glass, but it's Bosgana that comes down with it. Pavlopoulou, oh, wow. Penelope Pavlopoulou is not going to have an easier chance than that. And those are the plays for Greece where they just have to be spot on in this tournament.
Yeah.
They got to make their layups.
You have to make layups, and especially when they come up against maybe a little bit tougher competition. I'm not saying that they're not being challenged right now, but you look at a team like France or you look at a team like Turkey who has big inside players, you got to be able to make open baskets, especially around the basket going up for layups. You have to be able to score.
So Fora called for the foul down low. And with 1:13 to go in the first half, Gomez is going to call timeout. In fact, it's Greece that calls the timeout, but I think it's Switzerland that needs it. So we'll go down to the bench.
Αν είναι zone press, κάνουμε διάσπαση. Αν είναι zone, παίζουμε motion down. Αν είναι zone, γίνεται motion down. Αν δεν είναι, παίζουμε εσύ. Και είναι εδώ η Πινελόπη. Η Άρτεμις, η Μαριέλα, η Ελεάνα και η Αγγελική. Φεύγεις εδώ, φεύγεις στη γωνία και που το φεύγεις στη γωνία έχεις κάνει screen στην Άρτεμις. Πάσα στην Άρτεμις και κλείδωμα μέσα. Αν δεν έχεις τίποτα, swing και συνεχίζουμε. Εντάξει. Έχουμε 4 φάουλ.
We saw the scoring run 16-7 in the last just under 6 minutes. 24 points for Greece in this quarter alone. They're going to have another couple offensive possessions probably before this quarter is done. And well, up 13 now. If Switzerland can get a stop, a score, a stop, and a score, game completely changes going into half. If they can't get a couple stops in a row here, it becomes very, very complicated at the halftime.
Nicolopolo missing that from the corner. Kristanaki with the rebound. And just a foul that can't be made. Don't reach. Kristanaki goes to the line.
It's, you know, it's more a don't reach, but especially don't commit a foul off of an offensive rebound. The ball's been kicked out, and you put a team onto the free throw line because of bonus reasons.
Oh, she misses this one. It's not a bad foul at all. So it was a so-so foul. 14 points. The difference. Switzerland running their stuff. That's more like it. Driving in and scoring Indira Vilolo dos Santos. Sula back outside to Spanu. Oh, and the foul not on Schwartz, I think, but Constantin, Nadia Constantin.
Yeah, I think she got called there for the reaching in. Oh, she had a lot of ball, and then it turned into
a little bit of arm.
Referee called it on the pass, but like I said, because of that last foul or fouls early in this quarter, you know, you're already in the bonus. You put Spanu to the free throw line. Excellent free throw shooter.
That was a promising move, though, by Indira Vilolo dos Santos.
Yeah, on the other end.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of baskets I think they need to go, you know, quick catch, attack before the help side can get there, before your defender is set up to defend the one-on-one action.
Well, Spanu hasn't really taken many shots today. She's got 4 points, but as usual, contributing across the board. 4 assists, 4 rebounds. And Switzerland now called timeout. Every possession at a premium. They need to get something out of this last one.
Combien de temps il reste? 20 secondes. Tu prends la balle, tu la piques. Si elle switch pas, tu repiques. On force le switch. Pique et repique. D'accord? Sur le switch, écarte-toi vous ici en bas. Là et toi ici en bas. Sur le switch, d'accord? Là, passe et repasse, c'est toi qui joues. D'accord? Si ça vient franchement aider, regarde derrière toi, il y a Lynn. Attaquer, Lynn ici. Ici, tu as les corners. Si ça coupe, rentrez. Allez, go. Allez. Hey, on a combien? 20?
Well, we saw it, a big scoring quarter for this Greek team in the second quarter. And it's not like, I don't think Switzerland has been playing bad. I think they've left shooters open. And, you know, some get-back defense where maybe you need to do a better job. Obviously, Bascagna, you can't leave her open, but you know that. You know that going into the game. The person that the most you don't want shooting a wide-open three.
Ooh, dangerous pass. Spanu takes it away. Oh, and then reaching in, and Indira Vilolo dos Santos gets it back. Wow. Spanu looking like she wanted the whistle to blow.
I don't think it was a foul.
No, I mean, they're
unless it was something before the action we didn't really see.
You got to go quick. Vilolo dos Santos, and it's taken away right at the end. And Greece recover from a nervous start, really, in that first quarter against a good Switzerland team that had some struggles, and now find themselves trailing Greece 46-32 at halftime.
46, Switzerland 32.
And there are the stats. I mean, you know, Switzerland, I think they've done a pretty good job, to be honest. But 27 points in a quarter is just way too much to give up to any team. So obviously, I think something is going to happen defensively at halftime. And you know, Coach Gomez is going to have to come up with another tactic because you can't allow 27 points. I don't know if it's trying to trap Fasula, take her away, you know, make Spanu be more of a scorer instead of a creator. As there you see them. Well, those are the key players of the game before the game. Fasula, 11 points. Schwartz, 5. And you know what? She had to go out because she had those 2 fouls. Let's not forget, she might have played a little bit more had she not picked up her second foul earlier. Fasula, you know she's going to score. Can you limit scores, though? Because she ends up with 22 points. It's going to be a really, really tough for Switzerland to come away with a win.
Well, here's some highlights from the second quarter, and Cornelia came in and offered some defense and a fast break. Gomez was upset with the turnover. Then you had Bosgana, who showed her excellence from three-point range.
I mean, you know, Greece, they have 4 of 11 from three-point range. Thanks to her, who has made 3 of those. And really, I think it's been a great participation, though, by Greece. And I talked about it before the game started. I thought last EuroBasket, they relied way too heavily as far as scoring goes on Spanu and Fasula. This is not the case here today with this team. I think they have a lot more threats than just 2 players, and that's why I think they're going to give themselves an opportunity to go far in this tournament.
Well, and I think you have to place some value in this lead because Switzerland, just like Turkey in that first game, have come out and surprised us and played some really good basketball. And they'll still have their chances in the second half, but they need to lock down defensively like they did in the first. It's halftime. It's 46-32. Greece on top of Switzerland.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they would do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
Bad little seam, he stops.
Sit down. That's a beautiful handle.
Almost inconceivable the way things were going. That's him on for 3.
Oh! Belgium stunningly have taken the lead.
Anderson saves in bounds to Van Loo, 3-on-1 break. Oh, look at that. Look at the touch pass from Alamon. Oh my goodness. Oh, nice move. Oh, because they didn't play the World Cup. What am I talking about? Nice move by Leonor Rodriguez. She was in the 2018 World Cup.
try to inbound it. They get it to Dubé. Unbelievable! Unbelievable! They have taken advantage.
Star getting some opportunity and minutes.
Serbia go up by 4.
Lilik has it. Goes to the ring. Oh, what a block! Oh! What a block by McGowan! And she gets the love of her teammates on that play.
That's great hands, quick hands by Manunga. Out in transition behind the back by Van Loo. Rezemon can do everything here in Tel Aviv.
I want to see that on replay because this was razzle dazzle here. Look, Fakes goes behind the back.
Oh, that's how EuroBasket.
Well, Oblak there.
In the air.
And they do get it to FIBA. She ties the game! Now, they can review this to see if she got it off in time. This will be close. That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
No signal, no fun. If only you could switch it in instantly. Oh wait, you can with a smart eSIM, backed up by nationwide coverage.
46-32, Greece on top of Switzerland here on game day 1 at the FIBA Women's EuroBasket Press. And I'll tell you what, Switzerland had some great moments in that first half. Evita Hermanjad was terrific, 12 points, and they just struggled in that second quarter, but you can see that she is a player that offers a lot. And they had that little hole that they dug themselves early on that they dug themselves out of and came back, and they were looking really tough going to the bench right at the end of that first quarter. And then a different Greece emerged. But I think we've seen enough from Switzerland to know that they can be a very dangerous team. It can come back, and Evita is certainly, she's got some punch. She's got some offensive punch. But more importantly, this Swiss team needs to really knuckle down on defense. But that's where she did her damage. So, very good player in that Swiss national team. Meanwhile, this comes as no surprise with Fasula going to work down low, scoring, going high off the square there. And scoring the 11 points. Also, crucially making free throws. And my favorite play from her actually was the pass that we saw. Not that one from Spano, but that was a great play by Greece. Great play by Spano. Looked like maybe Fasula even got fouled on that shot. But she held it together. And you can see that she just plays at the highest level in Europe with the way that she moves around the court and leads this team. She and Spano. And Park's looking like a great addition, but Fasula with the 11 points. And, well, she gets it down low, she's going to be hard to stop.
If she gets it down low, she's going to be hard to stop, Jeff. But you know what? Like, her statistics prove that she can also shoot the ball from outside. Yes, she has those 3 missed shots from outside the paint, but push come to shove, she's not someone you can leave open either if you do try and take away her inside game. And what I like is the contribution, though. You know, you have Parks, who she only played 1 exhibition game with them. They had 3 exhibition games coming into this tournament. They only won 1. It was the last one that she played with them. And I really think she can be a game changer for this team and what they could possibly do here at the 2025 EuroBasket.
Yeah, she provided plenty of evidence of that in the first half. Robin Parks. So Greece, having seen how good that that good Turkish team, you know, there's just no room for error in this group.
No, there really isn't, especially after watching Turkey earlier today, taking France all the way, all the way to the end. They led for 38 minutes, and you know, how about Hermann Jard, obviously the captain of this Swiss team, one of the, you know, more experienced veteran players, led the team in scoring in their qualifier window, and 11 points for her, 12 points, excuse me. You expect her to score, you need her to score. She kind of has a little bit of an unorthodox shot where she gets it off really quickly. I don't think you think she's gonna shoot.
Yeah.
And it goes in, so you know what, get her some good looks, easy looks. I think Fora for Switzerland has missed some easy layups that, you know, has been costly. I think Filolo dos Santos, we saw her take it that one time really hard to the basket, and you're like, why don't you do that every opportunity that arrives for you instead of hesitating? So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Gomez does and has changed up, especially defensively in the second half.
Well, the FIBA Women's EuroBasket has really sprung to life, and there's Panayotis Giannakis, one of my all-time favorite coaches, on the phone, and of course, one of that select group of champions, both as a player and as a coach, who played in the great '87 team. Giannakis also coached, remember, Greece to that EuroBasket title in 2005, and then to the upset of USA at the World Cup in 2006 in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, Gomez has been around the block. He's going to come up with something that's going to give his team a chance to win.
Yeah, and I think he also knows, you know, if there's an opportunity to beat a team in this group phase, and maybe it is Greece. And, you know, what I like and what I can guarantee, though, and what I saw in the first 20 minutes was no matter what, this Greece team is not going to stop fighting. They're going to try. They're going to, for 40 minutes, they're going to do whatever they can to try and get a win here tonight. And that's kind of what you expect from these players who have made such a commitment to also just be here, but also a commitment in the qualifiers to get this opportunity to be at a EuroBasket.
Meanwhile, scanning that barcode to download the FIBA Women's EuroBasket app to get it in your smartphone. Download it from the Apple Store or Google Play. All the team information, roster information, news. I think if you're Greece and you're a Greek fan, you want to come out and just lower the boom. You just want to leave no doubt. You want to get the fans excited. And for Gomez, he wants to make sure that his team is in this to the end. They need to start strong in this third quarter. And the third quarter is underway here in the Peace and Friendship Stadium. The site of so many incredible basketball games, including last year's FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. And here is Switzerland getting to the free throw line. The foul will send Nancy Fora to the stripe. Kristinaki not too thrilled with that one. And Ford takes some time and makes the first. And the second.
2 shots, number 35, Nancy Foha.
Robin Parks goes in, just strength to be able to score like that on the drive. And she is settling in nicely. 11 points in the game for her. Indira Vilolo dos Santos drives. And good rebound, Schwartz, new 14. Herman Jard has it knocked away, and it's going to lead to an easy one. Good play, Spanu. And with Spanu, it's not necessarily about the scoring, it's about everything that she does.
Yeah, Spanu can score. She has proven herself. She's a veteran, she's a leader, she's the captain of this team. But it's everything else that she does to try and help her team win. If they need her to score, she'll become a scorer.
Woo! Oh my goodness. She was left for dead that time by Fora. Wow.
I mean, these two players know each other actually really well. Spanu having played the last 2 years with Tango Borges, Fora having played the last 2 years in Tarbes as well in the French league. So a lot of these players know each other. You know, throughout this tournament, this is not the first time that these players are going up against each other.
That was a quick bucket from Greece with Fasula, and Schwartz misses an easy one. Spanu to Fasula again. Shares it. Kristinaki misses the layup. Oh boy, what a reprieve for Switzerland that time. And then Pavlopolo commits the foul in the backcourt on Hermanjard. Stops the break. That was a great move. We talked about some of her misses. She looked great on that. And then this was immediately the answer.
Yep. Go inside to your top scorer, especially when she has such a height advantage in the post.
3-point look, not there for Favre, but they get it back. Schwartz for 3. And Robin Parks able to come up with a basketball. Good opportunity for Switzerland again after the turnover. Nice no look. How about that? The 3-pointer from Indira Vilolo dos Santos. She's got 7.
You said you wanted to see Greece come out and kind of, you know, put the hammer down. And that's not what they have done in the first 3 minutes of this third quarter.
But how about the ability of Fasula to drive to the basket?
I'm telling you, she looks healthy and she looks fit. She was already talented, so you add all of those together and she's going to really, I think, be able to lead this team every game as far as scoring goes.
Well, it was a good attempt by Pavlopolo, but well read by Switzerland. Then a 3-point shot from Indira Vilolo dos Santos, but the problem they've got is consistently getting stops.
Yeah.
Parks out there working hard, catches, puts it up. Constantin back in the game, and then dribbling it off her leg, her foot, Indira Vilolo dos Santos. Well, it's a really good crowd tonight to watch the home team here in the Peace and Friendship. They have really put a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
I love seeing the fact that so many Swiss fans have made the trip to support their team. You know, Switzerland will be hosting the FIBA Under-19 Basketball World Cup as well this summer. And of course, Switzerland's the home of the House of Basketball in Mies, just outside of Geneva. The FIBA, the Patrick Baumann House of Basketball. And down low, Fasula missing, and a chance for Schwartz. Have you been to the House of Basketball, by the way?
I haven't yet. You keep telling me I need to go visit.
You have
it.
to go.
I know.
It's like a spiritual journey there. There we go. Schwartz going behind the back. Fora. Now the turnover. Look at Fasula run. She is really so much more of a complete player these days. Here she is. Oh, look at the spin from Fasula. Oh, my goodness. Oh, it doesn't drop. She sticks with it.
That would have been a highlight move.
The footwork
top
from number
5,
34.
Yeah, that would have been a top 5 highlights in the day's games.
I mean, I know her dad was good, but I'm not sure kind of foot. Which hand? Her dad is in the FIBA Hall of Fame. Maybe she'll join him one day. Who knows? Three. Does not fall for Savlevich. Here's Corneli. And really, more and more, the more that we watch these games today, can't stress enough about the importance of depth for these rosters. Here's Parks. Oh my! They found a good one. Constantin. Parks rebounds and runs, looks up the floor. Fasula, look at her go. The pass to Spanu is driving in, and Boscana has her shot blocked by Schwartz. Spanu is going to be helped up. Luca comes in for Fasula, who should get some applause for how well she's played. And that was a good block by Schwartz.
All right, everybody, let's make some noise.
There he is again. Look at him. That's my girl. I guarantee you she would win that game against him right now. You would not want to have to guard her the way she can play. Three minutes and 12 seconds and counting for Switzerland, and they haven't scored. So the offense is dried up. They had that great comeback in the first quarter.
Yep. They had a nice little run there. First, you know, after the first minute or so, actually first couple minutes, I would say, of this quarter. And then you mentioned depth, and depth is so important at this level. And to be competitive and to go far in a tournament like this, you need depth. And this is where Greece has more depth than Switzerland does.
Yes, they do. Boscana, nice pass. Parks. Great hustle down the floor from Luca. Ball goes out of bounds, awarded back to Switzerland. Luca's a pretty good basketball name, isn't it?
Spelt a little different.
Yes. Margot in the game. Savlevich. Points hard to come by right now. Hatzileonte has it. Corneli, oh, what a pass to Boscana from the corner. Oh, nice spin and blocked from behind. Great work from Switzerland. Beautiful pass. What a finish.
What a defensive effort, a 5-player defensive effort, and then getting out and running unselfish basketball in the break.
Whistle blows and the foul. Look at this finish here, the bounce. I mean, everything about that play. There's absolutely nothing not to like.
The block on the other end, and then the fast break. Great pass, nice hesitation, shot fake, finish around the basket.
Rania Karlofti in the game for the first time now for Greece. And Camille fouled as she attacks.
Substitution for Switzerland, number 24.
And Panathinaikos guard goes to the line and makes the first. And the second.
You know, Switzerland, they've done a good job to not really let it get out of hand.
Well, it's an 18-point deficit now. Luka going to work in low post. Good work. Boscana gets the rebound. Premili for three. How about that?
Yeah.
Premili, perfect number for that player,
And
knocking down the three.
You know, when they went on that little run in the second quarter, it was also the bench group of this Greece team that kind of got the fire going. And that's exactly what we're seeing here near the end of the third quarter. And when more people can participate, you just have that many more dangers. And that is what we're seeing. You know, you have Greece. 8 players have already scored for this Greek team. That never normally happens.
Screen and flare, screen and pop, open, open. Okay. Defense, please, please, don't forget the double team. Don't forget the third player against the second center. Let's go. More peace and toughness.
Well, that's the key. I mean, it's, again, we're going to continue to stress the importance of that depth. And Greece have high hopes about this tournament. Look at this, 8-2 in the last 4:33. That is the run for them. New wrinkle to the coverage.
It was really, you know, it was that big second quarter where they got down because they've only outscored 16-9. It's just, you know, couple big shots, big threes, big plays, and feels like it's impossible to come back.
Carver's pass batted away. And reaching from behind, Ranosavljevic with the foul. And I think Coach Gomez is a little bit frustrated right now because he knows that Switzerland can play better than what we're seeing. And you got to know right there that you're going to have that foul called.
I mean, don't forget, you know, yeah, okay, so they had their group. They played against Montenegro. Bosnia and Herzegovina, but that's not the same quality team as we saw a few EuroBaskets ago.
Look at this, for the second time, I mean, they show when they run and they break, they can execute.
Oh, absolutely. But if you're talking Switzerland and experience playing at this level, they don't have it.
Yeah.
They don't have it as a team, as a country, compared to these other teams that they're going up against, because they were, for a long time, they were in EuroBasket C competition, took them a while to get to this level as well. So none of these players have really played against this kind of competition in a real, tournament, exhibition games, etc. Okay, but not in a real tournament.
Well, the door opening just a little here for Switzerland to come back. Down 19, good defense. Benefit of the call goes for Ranisavljevic. Yeah, maybe fortunate to get the call go in her way, but maybe they deserve one or two. Ranisavljevic at the line and takes her time. Coach Gomez looks on. Plays in Switzerland for Fribourg. Oh. That's it, Leonte with the rebound. Luka picks up the dribble. Gets it to Bosgana. Now Bosgana takes it in, and she gets the benefit of the call that time. So she's going to the line.
It's like what they have to do against her defensively. They were aggressive on that on-ball screen, had to go over, but this is where you've seen Bosgana and her progression, where I think before she would have, okay, I don't have the shot, I'm going to pass the ball. And she's learned to be aggressive. Okay, how else can I score if I'm not just open off the initial look? And like you said, that's kind of probably the teachings from the great Tara Vanderveer at the University of Stanford.
She's got 12 points. The lead is 20 here in the final seconds of this third quarter. Switzerland still running their stuff. And ball goes off the hands of Schwartz. Luka's got to go quick. She's got to get it up. So some interested onlookers there in the stands. Family, friends of Switzerland. Their team trailing now 64-44 at the end of 3.
There you have the statistics. Switzerland struggled to score, I would say, the last 2 quarters, to be honest, that second quarter and the third quarter. They were outscored by 6 points, but it was just that second quarter that 6 points is a lot when you got outscored by almost double in that second going into halftime. And now, a game that was always kind of within reach, 20 points in 10 minutes is going to become very, very difficult, especially with the contributions that we've had from so many players as we get to see some highlights for this Greek team. I mentioned it before the game, Greece needed to figure out a way to have more than just 2 people contribute scoring, which is what happened more or less at the last EuroBasket. How about Bosgana? 12 points already. We knew Fasula was going to have a good game. She has 15 points. She's a go-to. But what about this pickup? This player right here, Parks. She could be a difference maker for them. And then what I like is that those 3 have confidence, and everyone else gets a little bit of confidence as well and shoots when they're open, and their shots are going in tonight.
It's possible you could end up with 3 teams with the same record in this group, and then it comes down to goal differential in the games between those teams, talking about France, Turkey, and Greece. Well, folks, scanning the barcode for Courtside 1891 to get that app where you can watch live streams, extended highlights, and stay up to date with the world of international basketball.
I wouldn't be surprised. You know, we saw some big minutes from players in the game that we did earlier, France versus Turkey. You know, at the end of the game, Ileana Rupert and Tierra McCowan both looked exhausted. And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Greece maybe, you know, really go ahead and let some of their bench players get a significant amount of playing time in this last quarter. They're up 22 because both these teams have a game again tomorrow.
That was Hatziliante that scored. Of course, missing it from deep. And you never know, you might see a little bit extra, you know, you might see something that he likes. It's like, I gotta get this player in the game earlier.
Yeah.
Gotta make the most of these opportunities.
You know, absolutely. When players get injured, it's also your opportunity. When it's either blowouts, either way that you're playing, it's an opportunity because maybe coach didn't know you could do that. Take advantage of your minutes no matter when they come.
Three-point shot. Doesn't fall for Favre. And Luka going to the line for 2 free throws. She spells her last name Favre the same as Brett Favre. Remember that?
They're related?
Yeah, but it's pronounced differently.
Favre. She has a little bit more of a French, I guess we could say Swiss accent, depending on where she's from in Switzerland.
Not a lot of sophistication in the way they say Favre.
In the United States?
Yeah. Good job, Luka, going to the line.
That's a great move. And what I like, and I said it at halftime, I think, I said it after the first quarter, I don't expect this Swiss team, to ever give up, and they're going to continue to fight. They're going to continue to work.
But also with Greece, you want to see them getting those rebounds. If you're the coach, you want to see execution.
Yeah, execution, clean up their game a little bit. It's also an opportunity to work on some things, I think, if you're this Greek team.
Oh, that was a charge, Ranisavljevic. You know, that didn't feel good. Look at this. Karlofti taking one for the team.
Ball position for Greece. Come on, everybody, let's move to the rhythm.
2 minutes into the fourth quarter, no real signs of a comeback by Switzerland. Toscana, nice finish. She has to be able to demonstrate that
she can score in other ways.
Yeah, not just hit threes.
Yeah.
Hermanjard adds to her tally. It's her first bucket in the second half, in fact. She's got 14, along with 6 assists. Ball goes off the hands of Hatziliante. Fora coming back into the game. Herman-Jard, beautiful pass into the paint. And the bucket is good from Shannon Hatch. Her first 2 points. Hatching a new game plan.
She actually plays in the UK.
Oh. 3-second violation.
Good job defensively.
Yeah, she plays for Newcastle Eagles.
Yeah.
Our friend
Paul Nilsson.
He'll know her. Switzerland will play Turkey tomorrow. 3-point shot. That's good. Good job, Schwartz. 9 points, 8 rebounds. Vermillion missing from deep. If Switzerland can score here, I wouldn't be surprised to see Greece get a timeout. Or maybe 2 more scores. Okay, let's see. Nope. You're not going to get the timeout yet. And Favre has demonstrated her worth tonight. She's tough.
She is tough, and a good job, you know, sticking with it, coming back, getting some defensive stops. No surprise we have some substitutions. It wasn't a timeout, Jeff, but I think, you know, Coach Prekas maybe doesn't really like what he sees in the last couple of minutes, especially offensively and then defensively by the Greek squad he had on the floor, and has to put his starters back in.
So that's a small victory for Switzerland. And we're going to have a timeout. So 5:57 remaining. The Swiss want to talk about it. 70-54, Greece on top of Switzerland. And this is the process. Remember, this is their first game at a FIBA Women's EuroBasket in 69 years.
69 years, that
was a long way before you were born.
That is a, yep, I don't even think I was a thought.
Let's just say the world has changed a lot since they were last here. But just imagine how many people watching back in Switzerland, how many young girls are watching, and they're like, come on. You know, it's catching the imagination. They're going to work harder. They're going to get in the gym. They're going to go to basketball camp. I mean, who would have thought Belgium would have won the EuroBasket? You go
20
back.
years ago.
Okay, look at this. The energy tracker, Switzerland, the starting 5 minutes played. That's a lot of minutes for Herman-Jard and Schwartz especially, but it's no surprise. But yeah, you got to start somewhere.
You got to start somewhere, and I hope this kind of, you know, maybe lifts up also some sponsorship opportunities in Switzerland to grow the program, the federation a little bit more. It'll be interesting what this, you know, the success of just qualifying, but also maybe a little bit of a success or show that they can compete, how it will help progress, you know, the next generation and also the young players that they have on their team right now.
There's the pass down low. Oh! Schwartz went up, came down on Fasula. She's checking on her. But let's remember, I mean, again, as we see the replay, yeah, she just bit on the pump fake. Belgium weren't even at the EuroBasket, you know, for a long time.
Yeah.
And then it took some time, and sure enough, they ended up winning the title.
Yep.
They played at 2 Olympics, so it is possible.
And a 4th place finish at the last Olympics.
Shannon Hatch with the foul. You know, if you're one of these players, if you're a girl in Switzerland that loves basketball, you want to play at the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup, you dream also playing at the Olympics, but also at the FIBA Women's EuroBasket. I mean, look, we're in the Peace and Friendship. We're in the legendary stadium of Greek basketball right now. This is where they're playing. 18 points the difference. Kristanaki, seeing her scoring by quarter. Now the over and back violation. Hey, look at us. Yeah, it was worth it, wasn't it?
I mean,
mixed grill.
As far as going on vacation, you get to see history made with Switzerland back in a EuroBasket after 69 years. And you also get to enjoy Athens.
Yeah.
The sun.
The food.
The food.
They get it up. Now quickly they go. Forn and the foul by Spanu. 5 minutes and 3 seconds left. 18-point deficit. Give everything you've got, Switzerland, and see what happens. Build some confidence for your next game. Nice move.
Yeah.
Hermanjard, she's a player. Nice job. 72-56. Peter Prax, the Hungarian referee, blew the whistle. Called the foul before the shot.
Foul for Switzerland by number 13,
Well, Fasula's going to walk off the court tonight with a good game. She's got 16 points. It's been a great effort by Robin Parks. Boscana. Kremili played well.
For me, Boscana is the one who I think has impressed me most.
You were curious to see.
I wanted to see how much she had really improved. Yeah.
Oh, nice move. How about that again? Hermanjard.
For Switzerland.
4:21 remaining. Oh, beautiful bounce pass. Pavlopolo putting it on a platter. Kristanaki with 12 points. And this time it's Nicolopolo with the block. Look at Fasula handle the ball. No look pass, no less, to Spanu. Schwartz is going to be upset that she missed that one, but she did get fouled, so she'll go to the line. Fasula's definitely got more of an all-round game now. I think the time spent in Salamanca was good.
I think the time spent in Salamanca was really good. Not always, but sometimes a lot of players who are coming back from an injury, you also have the opportunity to work on skill sets, work on skills that you don't during a basketball season because you're constantly playing team practices. And maybe she also took advantage of that, you know, rehabilitation year coming back from that ACL injury.
Pavlopolo knocking down the three. 81-59. Well, Greece will have France and
that big game on Saturday.
You know, France,
Friday?
They certainly were hitting the panic button in the press conference after the game tonight, but we know that they can play better. But don't take anything away from Turkey. And Turkey, you know, we were talking about how are they going to respond, and that was the only thing they were talking about. This is,
They believe.
They believe.
They're moving on. They're getting ready for the next game.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I do think it'll come down to that game on Saturday between Greece and Turkey.
Yeah.
We know two teams go on.
Unless Greece get a win against France, I don't think it's impossible to think that that could happen. Unlikely, possibly. But they're at home.
Yep.
We've seen some good play from Parks, Fasula, Spanu, Bozgana. And good deal. And Fasula gets it back and scores. Continues to pour in the points. $17 for Fasula. Oh, look at her go again. She's got 19. Look at that. That was a wry smile. Oh, nice stroke from Favre.
She's not going to have any more points, I don't think, as
yeah, that's a good
she is checking out. I think that's a great move.
She finishes with 21. 6 rebounds, 4 assists.
Her high at the last EuroBasket was 26 in that quarterfinal game against Czechia, which they ended up losing. So she's right where she left off. And an ACL injury.
I mean, they haven't needed her to be big-time scorer tonight, but
it's happened naturally.
Yeah, it's happened.
Yeah,
and also she's kind of like just been at a different level probably to everybody on the court. Nicola Polo missing with the first. You know, the more this Greek team wins, the more excited this city will become as well. And you would imagine even more fans tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, I really think, especially for this Greece team, we're going to see, I wouldn't be surprised if their games start to become sold out.
Yeah.
We have a great crowd here tonight.
Yeah.
But there are a few empty seats around the place. It's obviously a big stadium.
People staying home, listening to your commentary, your lucid remarks. Timeout on the court with 1:39 remaining, 86-63. Greece in command. So Switzerland called the timeout, and so now, you know, and Switzerland will have to experience what Turkey are going to have to do. They're going to have to bounce back. And of course, Turkey lost a very close game. And that's why I felt like it was such a golden opportunity to beat one of the great teams that it would be deflating. And they can say one thing, but they got to prove it. But yeah, definitely I would expect Turkey to come out strong tomorrow. But we've seen enough from Switzerland to, you know, when they play well, they can be tough.
I think Switzerland is going to tire a team out. Turkey looked tired at the end of their game today, in my opinion. Not all players, but some players played very, very heavy minutes. And, you know, back-to-back is tough. They're used to it. They've trained for it. You know, they have sports science people who look at your schedule and say, okay, this needs to be the intensity of your training camp, so you're used to a back-to-back type of situation. But Switzerland's going to run them around the court. Can McCowan play another 35-minute game? I'm not sure.
Yeah, so there are a lot of question marks going into tomorrow, and I mean, Switzerland are playing hard, but they're going to have to play better, and particularly figure some things out on defense.
Yeah, I think offensively we've seen some flashes of players who can score, so not a huge concern for me. Defensively, how are they going to stop McCowan?
Yeah.
If Olcay Shakar has a game like she had today, which is one of the best games I have seen her play for Turkey, their captain, their point guard, their leader, it could become complicated.
Favre going for the rebound. And Savjevic going for it as well. Arista not Nidu in the game, number 25 for the first time. So we're in the final minute of what has been a good performance by Greece after being challenged early on by Switzerland. Savjevic missing it from deep, and they will probably try to get off the court. But the thing is, when you're the host nation, you don't get out of the arena fast.
No, you don't.
Everybody wants to talk to you. There's some of the Greek national team players, Seneki as well, not playing, injured. And the Greek fans are going to stand up and applaud. Even the Swiss fans are going to applaud as this game comes to a close. Amenjar drives in to across midcourt, and I would imagine that'll be it.
Yeah,
and maybe they'll try to attack. Yeah, they're going to get one, and that three-pointer does not drop for Fadi. And did that count? Yes, it did. So they'll take a couple points off the deficit. And that is that. Opening night success for Greece. Switzerland in their long spell without playing at the FIBA Women's EuroBasket. Greece win it 87-65 over Switzerland.
Final score, Greece 87, Switzerland 65. Τελικό σκορ, Ελλάδα 87, Ελβετία 65.
Well, there was a lot to like about that performance for Greece, especially because they faced some resistance. And, you know, you have to be thinking the way that thing was going early on that this was going to be a very awkward game by the end of the first quarter, but they pretty much put paid to that with the way they come out in the second quarter.
Yeah, they did. You know, and what excites me the most is that 10 players scored for this Greek team, 87 points. Well, there you go. You hear the captain speaking in the huddle at the end of the game, encouraging her team. It's not easy. Game day one, there's always upsets. There's always nerves, I guess you could say, especially for a Greek team that's playing at home, probably in front of around, I don't know, I'm going to guess around 7,000 people are here tonight for these players. So this is absolutely great to see. And, you know, they should be happy. They should try and get back to the hotel as quick as they can for food, recovery, preparation, because they have a big game tomorrow against one of the top teams in the world, not just in Europe. And then what will be probably the biggest game for this group of Greek players on Saturday against Turkey.
Well, we've seen Greek teams get on a roll, like at EuroBasket 2007, EuroBasket Women 2007. You know, it was just pretty much domination in the end by Greece offensively. Saw they made a lot more trips to the line. Switzerland turned it over 20 times. Greece dominated the boards. And again, the balanced scoring that they had.
Yeah, but you know, I was really impressed with Hermanjard. We knew she was going to score because you watch their games from the qualifiers. She was, you know, their leading scorer. She was going to be there, one of the more experienced players for this team. I was impressed with some other players, but I think they need a little bit more consistency throughout their offense. I think Fora personally can do more for them. I've seen her play better with her professional team, and you know, this is an opportunity for her to step up. She knows Francois Gomez really well. Will she be better tomorrow? I hope so. Maybe they can give Turkey a run for their money, and you know, hats off to Greece. It's hard to play at home in a big tournament, and they have pressure. They have pressure that they probably haven't felt before. Fasula, to me, looks fit. She looks great. Spanu is going to do whatever her team needs her to do. That was a great win. It was a great team.
It really was a great win. And yeah, I mean, you go from playing Switzerland now to playing France, so clearly it gets a little bit tougher. But I think this was a good way to start the FIBA Women's EuroBasket for Greece. Get that win under your belt, get some confidence, get the fans excited, get your star players do well, but get everybody involved.
Yeah.
Just get the feel-good factor going.
Feel-good factor, and you know, I think this win, even though maybe it wasn't the toughest win for Greece, it's going to give them confidence for their next two games.
So they will rest up, recharge the batteries, come back strong tomorrow. You know, the nature of this competition is you got to forget the game that you just played and come back out, get ready for the next one. So Greece and France win their games on opening day, and Greece up at the top, followed by France, who had the 2-point win over Turkey, who checked into the Heartbreak Hotel tonight, and Switzerland just kind of blown out really in that second half. But, you know, still some stuff to build on it.
For the first game. Don't miss out, basketball fans. Make sure to stop by the official FIBA Women's EuroBasket fan shop right here in the venue. Grab your favorite team's gears, exclusive merchandise, and more. Much more. Shop anytime online at store.women'sEuroBasket.basketball. Μην χάσετε την ευκαιρία, φίλοι και φίλες του μπάσκετ. Φροντίστε να επισκεφτείτε το επίσημο fan shop καθώς φεύγετε εδώ το EuroBasket γυναικών της FIBA ακριβώς εδώ στο στάδιο. Αποκλειστική εμφάνιση της αγαπημένης ομάδας, αποκλειστικά είδη και πολλά άλλα.